Okay, so hi. It's me, Beloved Osarchi, and I am here to wish you guys a happy new year. Happy 2012 to everyone out there, to all my YouTube subscribers, my Facebook friends, and my Twitter followers. Happy New Year. Now, this video is going to be very quick. It is titled 5 Lessons That I've Learned in 2001. 11. Whoa. 5 lessons learned from 2011. And I was inspired to do this video by my friend Tanikia, aka Nikki in the City. And you can find her on her website at nikkiinthecity.com or follow her on Twitter at Nikki in the City. Shout out. So anyway, she did a video called 5 Lessons Learned from 2011, and she's like, Ruth, you should make a video. And I was like, okay, wasn't gonna do it, but I was like, hey, why not? So anyway, here's my very quick list, starting with number 5. Number 5. I learned that it is best to bloom where you are planted. Now, being the kind of personality I am, and just being the kind of person I am in general, I am blessed to be talented and gifted in many different areas, and sometimes it can be a blessing, but sometimes it can also feel like a curse because there's so many things that I want to do that I always say yes and kind of commit to doing things, and then when it's time to actually fulfill them, it's not that I have trouble doing it, it's just that I'm overwhelmed and I tend to back out last minute, or I just end up feeling like I disappointed someone, and I hate the feeling of being a disappointment or disappointing people. So 2011 really showed me that it's just best to bloom where you're planted. Invest your time into the talents that you have, your natural talents. Invest, maximize those talents and increase your strengths in those areas, and other areas where you're gifted in, if you have time to do it, if you have the patience to do it, or if you are still willing to do it, that's fine. But invest your time in what is meaningful and what is best for you, not feeling that you have to commit to every single thing. Very important. Number 4, travel. Get out of your city and go beyond Chicago for me, but go beyond your city, go beyond your neighborhood, go beyond your street, go beyond where you were raised up. Travel and see the world. In 2011, I went on at least 7 trips. Some were local, some were road trips, and then some were out of state. I visited LA, Springfield, DC, Houston, New York, Atlanta, North Carolina, and I was at each of these places for about 3 days. And it's always nice to just get out and travel and see life beyond your four walls, see life beyond your bedroom, see life beyond Chicago. I mean, New York had so much culture. North Carolina was a lot slower than Chicago, but it's always a privilege and a blessing to just get out of your city and go see what else the world has to offer. So in 2012, I will definitely stick with traveling, and I would encourage you guys to travel as well. And if it's something you got to plan for it. Set aside the money now, set aside some finances every week or every month, but I would definitely encourage you to travel, especially if you're single. Do it. Go for it. You don't have that many obligations right now. It's okay to spend some money on one trip, at least one trip. Treat yourself, you know what I'm saying, and just feel good that you've gotten to see the world, at least a city or a state, you know what I'm saying, Joe? So definitely travel. Number 3. This is one of the biggest things I learned, and one of the things I'm going to continue taking with me in 2012 and for the rest of my life, and that is to maintain intentional friendships or relationships. I have been blessed to meet some amazing people throughout my life. I've come across some very, 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 very good friends, and then in the past year, I've met few other people that have impacted my life, that have challenged me to do better, that have challenged me to go for my goals, to go for my dreams and aspire higher. And I have really seen the heart of people, old friends and new friends alike, and I've really seen where it's possible, where it's important to build bridges, and where it's important to not burn them, but to know that that friendship or that relationship was only for a season. So I would definitely say that people who are in your life that want to remain in your life, or people who have whose life you've impacted that want you there, make those intentions, make those sacrifices, keep the action going, put forth effort to show that person that you want them in your life, that they mean something in your life, that they are important to you. Friendships or relationships where you have to assume or where you have to guess, to me, this is just me talking, that's not a real friendship. I don't need to, or I don't want to guess. Now, there are some times where distance or location could kind of hinder things, but it doesn't stop it. It does not completely die out because your friend moves or because they get married. It doesn't completely just vanish and die out. And I get tired, or I have gotten tired in the past of hearing, you should just know we're cool. You know what I'm saying? And these are people who consider themselves close friends, or who I've considered close friends. They're just like, man, you should just know we're cool. Don't hear from them ever. Or if I do hear from them, I'm always a person making the attempt, or I'm always a person reaching out. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I like keeping in contact with my friends. I like knowing how my friends are doing. But I like knowing that just as much as I wanted you in my life, you want me to be a part of your life. And if I don't know that, or if I have to guess, I'm just going to count it as, look, we're not as cool as I thought we were. Doesn't mean we're beefing. Doesn't mean that we can't be cool. It just means that I know who my close friends are, and I know the people who intentionally want to make an effort to remain in my life. And that's that. I hope it doesn't sound bad, but that's just the way it is. We're getting older, and you shouldn't have to play guessing games as to, is this person my friend, is this person not my friend? So maintain intentional relationships. Number 2. Okay, I don't know what order I'm in anymore. Number 5 was bloom when you're planted. Number 4 was travel. Number 3 was maintain intentional relationships. Number 2, be yourself, no matter what. There's no other way to explain it except be yourself. Do not try to change for anybody. If people cannot accept you for who you are, they just can't accept you for who you are. If you know you have weaknesses, or you know that you have areas of your life that you need to work on them, but work on them for yourself. Not because somebody's trying to change you, or not because somebody feels that this is how you should act. Work on yourself for yourself, but be you. There is no carbon copy of you. You are an original. You are unique. You are who God created you to be. Be you. You can't go wrong. And the last and most important thing is to keep God first. 2010 was a very difficult year for me, in terms of transition and in terms of just trying to figure out what to do, where to go, where God was leading me. I was also in 2 car accidents in the same month, 2 weeks apart. And that was a big eye-opener for me. It just kind of shaped my mindset, and just really made me wake up and see that, look, the devil is really fighting hard to do something. The devil is really fighting hard to take me out. But God fought harder to keep me. So it just showed me that God had so many great things in store for me. And I channeled in on that. I plugged in. I pressed in deeper. I determined it in my heart to get closer to God, to just seek Him more and more than ever before. And it's brought me to where I am today. And it's going to take me to where I plan to go in the future. And it's going to definitely carry me into 2012 and the rest of my life. I never planned on leaving God's wings I never plan on walking away from God. I mean, I plan on keeping him first until he calls me home. Those accidents, especially the second one, really show me that life is short, and so many times a day, so many times a second, so many times an hour, people take God for granted, and people take life for granted, and people take really, 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 really small things for granted. And I just made a vow in my heart and determined in my heart that I was going to live life to the fullest, that I was going to enjoy life, but I was going to keep God first in every single thing. He protected me not once but twice, and he's kept me 26 years, and I am more than grateful to be walking, to be alive more than anything. So keep God first is the number one thing for me. I've learned this in the past. I knew this in previous years, but 2011 really made it super clear. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that very short list, but yeah, everything that I learned in 2011 I plan on carrying over into this year, and hopefully by the end of this year I'll have more lessons learned, and I'll have greater things to share with you guys, and I'll have greater testimonies than 2011. And I pray and believe the same for all of you, that your 2012 will be much better than your 2011, and at the end of the year you will have nothing more to do in your hearts than to give God praise for all the testimonies that are about to come. God bless you all. Peace and blessings into this new year. And if you don't know Christ, it's not too late. As long as you have breath, you have an opportunity to accept Christ in your life. And I just pray and believe that if you don't know him, that you will get to know him. And if you do know him, that you will press in deeper, 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 and continuously go for it. God bless you all. Beloved Osarchi signing out.